What is the hardest part about starting consulting, right? What are the hard parts? Hi, this is Ted Demopoulos. I've been doing research on consulting for a long time, done a lot of surveys. You may have seen them. I've been doing a lot of interviews and other research, and I've been consulting for over 30 years at this point full time. And I know what most people are going to say. They're going to say the hardest thing, the most difficult thing is getting clients. And getting clients is important, but it's not the biggest thing. By the way, when this video's done, click on the link in the notes for more on how to get clients. The hardest thing is you. And when I started, the hardest thing was me. When I decided to consult, now I was in my 20s, late 20s, and I had met two people that were consulting, and it's like I kind of like this lifestyle and being able to pick work that I like and the freedom and more. And I was like, I'm going to do this. And I decided I was going to start consulting. Now, I didn't just decide all of a sudden. I read up, I did some research, I talked to people like, I'm doing this. And then a little while later, it was like, who am I to consult? I'm like, I don't have that much experience. I'm in my 20s. Some of you might say I'm too old to consult, or I'm too middle-aged, or I don't have enough. There's always a lot of reasons, right? And then a little later, I was like, no, I'm going to do this. Then afterwards, I was like, no, I don't know enough to do this. How can I be a consultant? I don't know anything about this. And I flip-flop back and forth. And you probably will too. And part of this is imposter syndrome, right? And there's nothing wrong with imposter syndrome. Most people have some imposter syndrome. It's not unnormal. Now we'll talk about what to do with this in a moment, what to do about this. The second hard, difficult thing is friends and family. Because your friends and family, well, hopefully they love you. They like you a lot. They don't want you to get hurt. And they will try to talk you out of things so you don't get hurt. Whether it's starting consulting or starting a business or something else important to you. I remember my friends were like, what do you mean, Ted? You're going to start consulting? What's that mean? Like, who's going to pay you? How are you going to pay your rent? Does that mean you can't meet us for beers anymore because you won't be making steady money? And they were concerned I was doing something stupid, leaving what they considered to be a great job. It was better than jobs that they had in general. And my family, they didn't want me to get hurt. My mother, she just didn't get consulting. No, you have a job and you keep it until you retire. Then you're move to Florida and drive really slowly on the road and annoy other people. And my father, great guy, brilliant, didn't have an entrepreneurial bone in his body. Although he did start a company accidentally and do well. And he was like, you have a good job. Why would you leave it? They're treating you well. There's a recession going on now. Now, there's always reasons not to do something, including to start consulting. And he was trying to talk some common sense into me. He didn't want me to get hurt trying to consult and probably failing in his mind. In the end, he was extremely supportive of anything that I wanted to do instead of starting consulting. So the two hardest things are you, first of all, and me when I started. What do you do about that? You just have to realize that it's normal to flip-flop back and forth a little bit. It is normal with any big life change. And a lot of that, maybe most of that for some of us, certainly for me, was imposter syndrome. And that's normal. So you just accept that. That's going to happen. That's okay. Imposter syndrome is not bad at all. It makes us work harder. It makes us work smarter and so forth. Secondly, be careful who you share your dreams with and how much you share. Because your friends and your family, they don't want you to get hurt. And you might have been thinking about doing something for a while and planning, consulting, for example. And to them, it's like a radical thought, right? But you've been thinking about it. And they're going to try to talk you out of it. They're going to try to dissuade you. So be careful who you share your dreams with. even if they're very close loved ones. And there's a third thing. Third thing is take baby steps, right? Baby steps moving towards consulting. Watching this video is taking a baby step, is learning, is moving in that direction. Watching my other videos, reading. About maybe a third of the people that come through my consulting classes have no concrete plans to start consulting. Now, some have already started. Some are like, I'm leaving my job at this point. But a lot of people, they don't. They're building consulting skills so that when a great consulting opportunity occurs, they'll be ready to dive on it. They'll know how it works. And guess what? Taking these baby steps can actually help make consulting opportunities occur. Now, you do need clients as well. Of course, you need clients. And if you click on the link in the notes, you can read a lot more about getting clients. So this is Ted Demopoulos. I've been consulting for over 30 years. It's one of the best decisions I've made in my life, certainly in my career. The ability to choose meaningful work, the freedom, and yes, the money can be great too. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.